Hi viewers, I'm JK Gupta. Today I'm going to record the third video of motion in one dimension. You all know that I'm discussing here the previous year question of JEE Mains and JEE Advanced. So without wasting any time, let us start with the first question, and the question is on your screen. This question is all about a rocket moving in a gravity-free space in positive x direction. It is accelerating with plus 2 meters per second square, and the chamber of the rocket is 4 meters. It is accelerating with 2 meters per second square. The velocity, two balls are thrown. It is thrown in positive x and it is thrown in negative x direction. The relative velocity of the ball 1 is 0.3 meter per second, and the relative velocity of this is 0.2 meter per second. These velocities are relative because it has been measured with respect to the rocket. That's why it is the relative velocity. Now, the acceleration of the rocket will increase this speed of this ball, but this acceleration will decrease the speed of this ball. We know the relative concept. When two bodies are moving in the same direction, we'll realize the velocity of the two bodies for an observer in one of the bodies will appears very slow. When two bodies are moving in opposite direction, the observer in one of the body will realize the velocity of the bodies are very high. So this acceleration are opposite in direction. This acceleration and velocities are opposite in direction. That's why the speed of this ball will very high, and it will decrease the speed of this ball because the direction of the motion are in same. So it will cover less distance and it will cover more distance, and they will get collided. Now the question is, we have to find the time when they get collided. For ball number 1 and ball number 2, let us consider this as x and this is 4 minus x. Very simple. S for this body is x. S equal to 4 minus x. Acceleration is minus 2, a equal to plus 2. U equal to initial velocity is 0.3 meter per second, and u equal to 0.2 meter per second. We have to find the time. Using the formula S is equal to ut plus half at square, we have for this ball x equal to u means 0.3 t minus 2 t square. Let us consider the time of collision will t second. It will cover x distance in t second, and it will cover 4 minus x distance in t seconds. For this ball, 4 minus x equal to 0.2. Initial velocity is 0.2 t plus 2t square. These are the two equations. If we add this equation, x will get cancelled out. 4 equal to this t square will get cancelled out. 0.5 t square. 0.5 means 1 by 2. This 2 will come over here. Sorry, not t square, t. 1 by 2, this 2 will come over here, and the value of t is 8 seconds. That means in 8 seconds it will cover x distance and it will cover 4 minus x distance, and they will get collided. And the answer is 8. This was asked in JEE Advanced 2014. JEE Advanced, it was in descriptive question, Advanced 2014. So moving on the next question. Next question on your screen. This question is all about finding the acceleration of the body from the graph, and the graph is all about v square versus x graph. That means along y-axis the values are in v square, and along x-axis the values are in x means displacement. That means when the body get displaced by 10 meter, the velocity square is 40. It get displaced by 20 meter, the velocity square is 60. Simply seeing this line, we can find the equation of this line by using y equal to mx plus c. Y equal to mx plus c. In y-axis, we'll replace this y by v square. M is the slope. Along x-axis, the displacement represented by x, so we do not change the x. C is the y-intercept. This is called the y-intercept and the value is 20 plus 20. We have to find the slope of the straight line. How to find the slope of the straight line? y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. y2, y1, x2, x1 implies we have to find 2 points. That means 2 points are necessary to find the slope here. The coordinate of A is 10, 40 and 20, 60 is the coordinate of B. So what will be the slope? M equal to y2 minus y1, that is 60 minus 40 divided by 20 minus 10. It is 20 divided by 10 equal to 2. We simply put the value of m over here, 2. How to find the acceleration from m? Very easy. Differentiating the equation with respect to x. We know that acceleration equal to v dv dx. We also know that acceleration equal to dv by dt. If we differentiate the equation with respect to t, we can get acceleration. If we differentiate the equation with respect to x, we can also find the acceleration. Here, the expression of v is in terms of x. That's why we are differentiating this with respect to x. So, differentiating v square is 2v dv dx. 2 into 1 plus 0. If we 0, these two get cancelled out. So, acceleration equal to 1. This question was asked in JEE Mains 2021 31 August and the answer is A equal to 1 meter per second square. The next question on your screen, read the question very properly because this is one of the toughest question. We have to imagine the question very properly and it was asked in JEE Advanced 2014. It is all about two planes moving with certain velocities. The plane A is moving with 100 root 3 meter per second and the velocity of B is not given. But they are creating 30 degree and 60 degree with the horizon. That means they are not parallel. They can, if they move for some time, they can get collided. But the collision get avoided. That means we have to find the time when they can collide each other. We have to find that time. An observer in plane A realize that the distance between them is 500 meters. And he also realized that the plane B is moving perpendicularly towards them with constant speed. That means what happened to the observer? The plane is moving like that, but he is realizing that the plane is coming to him. That means he observed nothing but a component velocity in this direction. That means there should be a velocity component of plane B towards this direction. So we have to find the components, possible components for plane B's velocity. At first, we draw a reference plane parallel to this plane. Then it will be 60 degree for plane B. And this is the velocity of plane B, velocity of plane A. If there is a component over here, I'm erasing the 500 meter component over here, we know that the component should be two components. If VB is over here, if VB is over here, one component is like that, another component should be in such a way that the angle between the components should be 90 degree. If we consider a component over here, it will not create any 90 degree. But if we draw a line parallel to this line, we'll get a 90 degree between the two lines. This is the line parallel to this velocity. That means it creates 30 degree and 30 degree with the reference axis, because this is 60 degree, this is parallel to this, it creates, this creates 30 degree. So this black line is parallel to this, so this black line will create 30 degree with the base. The total angle is 60 degree, so it will divide into 30 30. Very simple. 30 30, we have simply divided it. Now we can write the components in this: VB cos 30 degree and VB sin 30 degree. This component is parallel to this, and the velocity of velocity of A will be equal to the velocity of VB cos 30 degree, because they have similar direction and they are parallel. If two vectors are parallel, the magnitude will be same. So VB cos 30 degree equal to 100 root 3. Cos 30 degree is root 3 by 2, root 3 get cancel out 2, so VB equal to 200 meter per second. For the observer, there is no acceleration. It is moving with a constant speed. So what will be the speed? VB sin 30 degree, that is VB is 200, sin 30 is half, that is 100 meter per second. So the observer realize the 100 meter per second, that means the component of velocity of plane B, and it is non-accelerated motion. So in case of non-accelerated motion, the equation is S is equal to Vt. Distance is 500, velocity is 100, and time t is, we have to find. So t equal to 5 seconds. So the timing where they can get collided is 5 seconds. Next question on your screen. This question is all about a boy is walking on an accelerator in a airport. Case 1, when the accelerator is stopped, it takes t1 time to go up the accelerator. When the accelerator is moving and the boy is standing, the accelerator takes the boy to the up in t2 second. We have to find the time when the boy is moving and the accelerator is running. So what time it will take to go up? Let us consider V1 with the velocity of the boy and V2 with the velocity of the accelerator. So in case 1 and case 2. Case 1, the boy is moving and the height or the length he covered, consider L is the height or X is the height. So velocity equal to distance by time, t1. In question we have t1 time for the boys and v2 equal to x into t2. We have to find the relative time. Time equal to relative velocity. When they are moving, the velocity will be increased. The accelerator is moving and the boy is moving, the relative velocity will be get added up. So relative time is v1 plus v2 divided by total length. This is the relative time. This time we have to find. The velocity v1 is x by t1 plus x by t2 divided by x. If we take common x from the numerator, x by 1, x will get cancelled out. We have 1 by t1 plus 1 by t2, that is t1 plus t2 by t1 t2, t1 by t2 by t1 t2. Option number C is the correct option. Next question on your screen. This question is about two trains moving in opposite direction. Train A is moving with 36 km per hour and train B is moving with 72 km per hour. Okay, we can convert this into meter per second by simply multiplying this with 5 by 18. 18 2, that means 10 meter per second. 5 by 18 for 20 meter per second. 20 meter per second. Okay, fine. Now, the question also tells us there are two observers sitting on train A and train B. An observer in train A is moving with 1.8 km per hour, 1.8 km per hour. That means 5 by 18, that is 0. If we cut 0.1, that is 0.5 meter per second. Opposite to the motion. That means he is moving in this direction with 0.5 meter per second. Okay, 0.5 meter per second. An observer in train A observe him, and we have to find the appearing velocity of this man with respect to this. At first we have to find the relative velocity of the train. Since the train are opposite in direction and the velocities are 20 and 10, so v relative is 20 plus 10, that is 30 meter per second. That means the velocity of this observer is 30 meter per second. He is moving with 30 meter per second. He observed this, that means 30 meter per second, and this observer is moving with 0.5 meter per second. Simply the direction of the motion is same, the velocity will be get decreases. That means the velocity will be 30 minus 0.5, that is 29.5. 29.5 is the relative velocity of A with respect to B in the train. The correct option is option A. The next question on your screen. A person standing on a ground, he heard the sound of the plane over here. It creates angle 60 degree. But when he heard, that means I am hearing a sound of a plane, I realize that it is at 60 degree. But when I see, the plane is perpendicular to the observer. So if this is 60, this is also 60. The direction of the velocity of sound is over here. So the plane move in this direction. So the component of the sound in this direction is equal to the velocity of the plane. Very simple. So V cos theta, that is, this is V cos 60 degree. V into 1 by 2, that is V by 2. V by 2 is the velocity of the plane. Very easy. It was asked in JEE Mains 2019, and the last question was JEE Mains 2020 shift 1 2nd September, and this is 12th January 2019. Very easy question asked in JEE Mains, and the correct option is option D for this question. Moving on the next question. Next question on your screen. Read it properly and you will find that a bus is 200 meters ahead of a car. This is a bus. It is 200 meters ahead with car. Okay. They have different acceleration. It is moving with 2 meters per second square. And it is moving with 4 meters per second square. Okay, fine. Now the question is, when the car will overtake the bus? Let us consider that here the car will overtake this. Let us consider in t second the bus come over here, and in t second the bus come over here. That means it covers x distance in t second, but the car covers x plus 200 meter in t second. We have done this kind of question in the first video. What was the concept? I think the question was in graph form, a scooter and a car was given. We were asked when the scooter will overtake the car or the car will overtake the scooter. It was in graphical format. In that question, I told you that when the displacement of the car, if it overtake the bus, the displacement of the car is greater or equal to, consider that greater or equal to that of the bus. At that situation, they will overtake each other. Sorry, not each other, the car will overtake the bus. Now, we have to find the displacement for the car. Initially, both of them are at rest. S is equal to, S is x plus 200 equal to ut, 0 into t, half acceleration into t square. Okay. Next, for bus, x is equal to, initially at rest, 0 into t, half 2t square. If we add this equation, if we subtract this equation, what we have, x will get cancelled out. 200 equal to, this is 2, this is 1, that is t square. T square equal to 200. So t equal to root over 200, that is t equal to 10 root 2 second. Very easy question. Similar type of question we have done in the first video. So the concept is very easy. Next question on your screen. You will come to know that this kind of question we have done in this video, and it was asked in JEE Advanced 2021. Okay, make it simple. I'm going to tell the question. A boy in an accelerator moving with a velocity v1, and it takes t1 time to go up the accelerator. When he is standing and the accelerator is moving, he takes t2 time to go up. They asked what will be the time, relative time, if the boy is moving and the accelerator is also running. The result for that sum was t1 t2, t1 plus t2. What is the difference in this question? The time is in numerical form, 60 seconds and 40 seconds. That means after 7 years, they have repeated the question. If we remember the result, we simply 60 into 40 divided by 60 plus 40. 2400 divided by 100. 24 seconds. 24 seconds is your answer, and the correct option is option number C. Next question on your screen. This question is all about water drops falling from a tap the tap is at 9.8 meter above the ground. When the first drop touches the ground, the third drop began to come out from the tap. The interval between the drops are uniform. That means if the third drop is began to drop, that means there will be a second drop between them. We have asked the distance between these two drops. Very easy question. First of all, what we have know, the distance between the tap and the floor, that is 9.8. Initial velocity for the first drop, is u equal to 0. Distance s equal to 9.8. We are going to find the time. So 9.8 equal to ut, initial velocity is 0, half gt square. Gt square, that is 9.8 into t square. Here the sign will be minus and the displacement is minus in sign. Minus minus get cancel out. 9.8 get cancel out. T square equal to, this 2 will come over here, 2. That means t equal to root over 2. That means the total time is root over 2. If we distribute into two intervals, root 2 by 2, that means 1 by root 2. That means we divide this time interval into two different parts. Divided by 2. The distance covered by the second drop in 1 by root 2 second, having initial velocity 0, s equal to half minus half gt square. 9.8 into 1 by root 2 whole square. That means minus 4.9, and this will be 2. 4.9 divided by 2, 2.45. 2.45 meter. 2.45 meter. So what is the distance from the floor? This is 2.45 meter. The distance of the second drop from the floor is 9.8 minus 2.45. 8.05, 7.35. Am I right? 7.35. 7.35. The correct option is option D. Moving on the next question. Next question on your screen. Read the question very properly. This is similar type of question we have done in the previous question. The previous question was asked in JEE 2021, and in the same shift, similar type of question was asked. But in this case, the tap and the floor is not specified, but there is an observation, and the observation tells us in the 4th second, the gapping between the two drops is 34.3, probably 34.3. That means when we observed in the 4th second, that means 4th second, it is the first drop. Consider that first drop in 4th second over here, and we observe that the second drop is over here, and the difference between them is 34.3 meter. Okay, 34.3 meter. We have to find the rate of drops falling from the tap. Simply, the drop have initial velocity equal to 0. We can find the distance covered by the first drop. So for first drop, S1 equal to initial velocity is 0, ut, half minus 9.8, let 9.8 or 10. What is the value of gravity? 9.8. 9.8 into t square. What is the time? 4 seconds. The first drop takes 4 seconds. 4. In this case, in 4 seconds, it may or may not strike the ground. We do not know that. That means we are observing in the air. That means it is falling towards the ground. But what is the main observation? The distance between two drops is 34.3 meter. Okay. 4 square 16, that means 8 just 64, 6 72, 6 78.4 meter. That means the distance covered by the first drop is 78.4 meter. 78.4 meter. Okay, that means the third drop takes less than time. Obviously it is above 3.4, so obviously it will take less time than first drop. That means let us consider that 4 minus t second, because in 4 seconds the first drop come over here. The second drop will take obviously less time that of the first drop. So let us consider it takes 4 minus t second. We have to find the t. This t is the gap between time interval between these two drops. So the distance covered by the drop 2 equal to initial velocity 0, displacement are downwards, that's why minus minus get cancelled out. Okay, half into 9.8 into 4 minus t square. This is 4.9. Okay, so 4.9, 4 minus t square. 4 minus t square is 2. What is 34.3? That is S1 minus S2. 34.3. S1 is 78.4. What is S2? 4.9 into 4 minus t square equal to 34.3. Take this and take 78.4 minus 34.3 equal to 4.9 into 4 minus t whole square. If you subtract this, we'll get 1.44. That means if you subtract this, we'll get 44.1. If we cross multiply 4.9, this point get cancelled out. If we remove the square, we'll get root over 21 by 7. 21 by 7. Root over 441 is 21 and 49 is 7. That means 21 by 7 is 3. That means 3 equal to 4 minus t equal to 1 second. That means the interval between two drops is 1 second. That means the rate of drops falling from the tap is 1 drop per second. And the option is option number C is the correct option. Next question on your screen. It was asked in JEE Mains 4th September 2020. A ball was released on a wooden floor from a height h. After get rebound, it reaches height h by 2. 4 graphs are given in the option. We have to select the correct graph from it. These are the 4 graphs. So what will be the graph? We have to construct the equation for it first. Okay. A ball when dropped from h height, so s equal to h minus h, initial velocity u equal to 0, and time is not given. Okay, velocity, that means we have to find the final velocity. Okay, so we can use this equation, v square equal to u square plus 2gh, gravity is negative, height is negative, minus minus plus, initial velocity is 0, so v square equal to 2gh. This is the equation of parabola. We have to identify whether it is x square equal to 4ay or y square equal to 4ax. So we can simply replace v and h by the x's. Y-axis v, y square equal to 2gx. This kind of parabola are like this or like this. So parabolic equation, this is straight line, this is not parabolic, this is not parabolic, so this is parabolic equation. So this is parabolic equation because these are the equation of parabola. Or we can also consider this when height is maximum, the velocity is 0. When the height is 0, the velocity is maximum for h. For when height is maximum for h by 2, the velocity was 0. When the height is 0, the velocity was maximum. So this is the equation of parabola. This is the equation of parabola, and option number C is the correct option. So these are the questions we have taken from JEE Mains and JEE Advanced. Thanks for watching. This is the last video for motion in 1 dimension. After this, we'll start a series of video for motion in 2 dimension. Thanks for watching. Thank you, everyone.